Alright, hi guys. I'm gonna try to walk you through making one of these wreaths, and I'm certainly not an expert. I had to try to figure out a couple ways myself, but I know to those of you who I gave and sent the kits to, I can kind of show you how I figured it out, and then you can go from there and certainly feel free to change it. So this is one that I have started. I would say it's finished. Here is from the back, so you can see how everything's attached, and then I keep the little hanger at the top of mine, so this is all showing. Yes, so really the first thing is unfortunately, because I had to mail them to you and give them to you guys on your porches, you weren't able to pick your certain pieces that you wanted, and I tried to just give everybody a little variety. I tried to pick colors that I thought matched okay, so I hope you are okay with what I did choose. Feel free to add or change anything you want to, especially with things coming alive outside. You could even embellish and add more real blooms, or even especially real eucalyptus into it. Just run to the grocery store and get that. So these are already all artificial, of course. So the first thing is, I would say you should lay out your pieces of what you have and just decide if you're going to keep all of them. I gave everybody, I think, enough or even too much. You might not want to use all the stuff together. So as you look at it, you maybe want to keep it more simplistic and minimal and just do one of the blooms. Save the other two, set the other two aside, or some of you just have two flowers. So I would say just look and see if you like the way that looks together. A couple of the wreaths are bigger, so you could probably fit more on there, and some are a little smaller. So just pick the size the amount of stuff. You can also then decide if you're gonna choose to put like a message in it, and on some of yours I had enough of that, like a paper with some texture or fibers in it. So you could write welcome spring, or friends, or any kind of message you want to write on there. This is actually parchment paper because I didn't have any more of that paper, and some of you didn't get it in your bags, so I apologize if there wasn't enough. If you do choose to write a message, you have to put that in there first. So I wrote, like I said, on parchment paper. Take your wreath apart, your hoop, and then put it back together so that it's kind of latched in between the two circles like that, and you can screw this back together. I'm also not going to put a hanger on this, but you guys you can put a piece of really pretty velvet ribbon or just a hook, anything you want, depending on where you're going to hang that, on a nail in your house or outside. Problem with something like this is I'm not really confident about what will happen when it gets wet. So if you want to put something that's outside, you should probably put it on fabric and make sure you're using a fabric marker for across here for your sign. All right, so then what we should do is decide the actual wreath design. So I have a whole pin board, and if you want to look at mine, I think mine's public. Just go look me up on Pinterest, and I can try to send you a link if you can't find one, or you can look them up yourself. So I did not make this up, by the way, so you can look at these and see the variety. Some of them are pretty loaded up with a lot of greenery, and some of them are really more basic and minimal. And if you wanted to add your own greens, you could add, if you have like an old plant or a fake plant laying around that you want to take apart and throw away, you could add lots of different things to it. So some of them go all the way around one side and branch out. Some are real symmetrical just on the bottom. So it's really up to you. And I've seen ones that they don't even use the color, they just keep them all the greens and all the succulents. And that looks really pretty too, because it matches with everything. So it's one of these things that there's not a right and wrong. Really just go for it and have some fun. So I'm probably gonna make mine asymmetrical. It's just less stress to get it like not perfectly balanced. So since I did this one on the right, maybe I'll do this greenery going up on the left. So what I'm gonna do is get my pieces out. There are wires and all this, so you should be able to bend it and flex it a little bit too. I'm gonna kind of just lay it there and get an idea about how it might look. Again, they can point up or they can point down. Sometimes one of each might look good. And decide what part you're gonna fasten to the hoop. Like I might only fasten this part and leave these loose. That's fine. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna try that. Go with it. Now on these, I took most of your leaves off. I don't really like this yellow green against this blue green, so I'm gonna pluck these right off. You can slide them off the back. On those peonies, I don't know, save them for something else or throw them away. And I am gonna try to use, I'm probably just gonna use 2 flowers, not my third one. Whoops, pluck that right off. What you can do, you should be able to put these back on too if they've come off. For succulents, they might be too small, too short as they are, so if you need to use some of your wire to wrap around here to make these longer, you could do that too. I gave you all, I think, 3 or 4 pieces of wire. That should be plenty. If you need to add more, you can. Just help secure it. Depends. It all depends on how you're fastening it together, of course. So, just to hold these guys in place, I'm gonna wrap this right now. This is one I wish I could do fast forward, but I don't even know how to do anything on my video yet. So I'm just wrapping it around the hoop and around the eucalyptus. And I want to attach that a little better up here. It seems like it's going to flap away. The other thing you can do, I don't have mine ready in here, is use hot glue. Like to me, this part, let's see if it shows, this part right here looks kind of like empty and ugly right now, and that's probably where my flowers are going to go. So you could secure it a little bit with your wire, and then when you're ready, hot glue that in place. That'll help a lot too. All right, come back to that. So now that I have this piece of wire, it's securing the eucalyptus. I'm also going to use that to hold that succulent in place. Try to hide where the wire is. I'm realizing I should have sent everybody more wire because probably 3 pieces is not enough, and I apologize. Trying to get those together quick and get them out. So hopefully you guys have more wire, ribbon, even string would work if you have that at home. I'm going to use the wire from this flower to actually hold it in place, so I don't use up more wire. And I can actually give it double job, and it can help hold this tight too. So that kind of wants to turn around. That's probably would be a good one to hot glue. This guy I'm going to stick right here next to it. Yeah, I think I will because I don't have enough wire. I'm probably going to go back and glue these in place later. I'm not going to use this one. I still have one more wire and some more succulents. I gave you all some of this. This is good to fill in if you have spots where they're backwards. And the other thing is on these eucalyptus, I don't know if you notice, these leaves they rotate. So if it looks like they're backwards, just spin these around the right way. That you like them. You could also take them off the bottom and move them up here too. That's an option if it seems too empty. It's probably really boring to watch. For any of my students, sorry. You probably don't want to watch this one. People just wanted me to help show them how to make these wreaths. Not that I even know, but I'm figuring it out. So I'm just kind of gonna try to grab that little succulent right there and make him tight. There we go. So I got that thing done with just 3 pieces of short wire, using it sparingly. If you need to get some more, or again, you can use ribbon, and just because you're going to wrap it tight. Another idea that my friends had was to wrap the whole thing over, even out here with a ribbon, just wrap it around there. You could change it up. I think you guys can come up with some cool things by adding what you have around your house. I hope what I sent you is enough, but you know, you can feel free to add to it too. So get this out of the way, and there is, I guess, the finished piece. I might add something here too because that seems kind of empty, but I'm gonna hang up mine on my wall somewhere, so stay tuned. Bye. Let me know if you have any questions.